Hi guys, welcome to Sylvia Baroque with sylviabaroque.com. In today's video, I would like to talk about NIO, Stock Price Prediction 2021. Stay tuned. Before I start guys, make sure you subscribe to my free Discord chat. It is free and great way to network and connect with other traders. Now let's go ahead and see what happened with NIO during the past year, why this stock was a very nice momentum stock, and what might happen from now. As we can see here, NIO was at 230 guys. This is a huge move for this stock, and I found this stock actually around 14 area. This was this area here. It made this nice move to the upside, started to consolidate here a little bit, and I longed it here around 14 area. After that, the stock broke out, pulled back again, and it went pretty much for a long period of time here sideways before it made this nice move to 60. After this, the stock pulled back a little bit, started to go sideways again, and made another move to the upside to 66.99, but it couldn't hold those levels very well. Guys, this is pretty normal. If you see that kind of a huge run, couple of 100% only in couple of months, so a couple of 100% since I found it. Before that it was even lower. So if you see that kind of a move, you don't want to chase. If you want to get involved still in that stock, you need to wait for a better entry and more pullback. The problem is if you chase at highs, start to buy breakouts, you are getting yourself in a bad situation as a trader. This means your risk reward is getting bad, and also the probability that this stock is going to pull back, it is very high. And when you enter the stock, you're getting yourself in the situation that this might pull back and you are into that trade and you might get stopped out. While if you're waiting for a nice pullback into some support areas, deeper support areas, you have much better risk reward. You have limited risk, you are not chasing there, and you have huge potential to the upside. So if you try to chase this stock around those levels here, as we can see, this was not the best idea to do, because this stock made a triple top here and it broke the support area of 55, and after that came straight into this another support area which is 42. So you see, it's important to understand guys those areas here, because this is not something magical. It happens over and over again. Those stocks, they love those support areas, and once we break one support area, the probability that we're going to test the next support area is very high. And this is exactly what happened. Like I mentioned, we broke out this support, pulled back into the next support, which was 42, and after that bounced, but we couldn't hold the bounce here, as we can see, and the stock broke even this next support area and went into this 200 moving average here. So this is a very nice thing. This is a huge pullback for this stock, and as we can see here, of course, we don't see this stock a lot around the oversold RSI. So normally those kind of momentum stocks, when they break out and start to go higher and higher, they're normally not stopping. They're going for months and months in that direction, and they stay normally like this here overbought for a very, very long period of time, which is of course scary sometimes if you're trying to long that. Sometimes you want to join the momentum, sometimes it's just better to wait, be patient, and stay away of this stock. So like I mentioned here, we saw this huge pullback. So this is actually also a huge percentage, guys. This stock went from 66.99 into 32. So actually it lost a lot of its price, as we can see here, but it was able to hold this 200 moving average. We see here this spin bar or reversal candle. We bounced of this 200 moving average and went straight into this resistance area, which is the 42 area. And see guys how exact those areas work. This was the breakdown here, which is the resistance area, and this was another breakdown, another resistance area, and also we have here those exponential moving averages, which is above the price, which means that this stock is downtrending, and you can see that here very clear on the chart. We see lower low, lower highs. Stock is still around resistance, and it pulled back here into that EMAs and made another low here. At this current point, we are right now at this 200 EMA, which is of course very important as well. Not only that we are at the 200 EMA, we also have here this pin bar and this previous support. So this is something to watch. I'm not saying I'm going to jump into this stock right away, guys. I'm not saying you should buy it. Please make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. But I'm trying to say that we reached now very nice support areas. We made a huge pullback here. And in order for this stock to continue higher and higher over this year, we need to hold those levels here and see that this is the bounce area, and hopefully we continue from here higher. If we don't see that, this stock might break those levels, which means we might go lower. And if we see something like that, that the stock breaks this 200 EMA, breaks this previous low, which is also a huge support area, this is not a good situation. This means we might see even lower levels here, so we might test lower, and then we have a huge downtrend here, then it will look like this. And this is nothing you would want to get involved into on the long side. So pay attention to those levels, guys. Those are very important. And of course, this has something to do with the overall market. You cannot watch only a stock without watching the overall market. So personally, when I'm trading, I would like to know what is happening in the overall market, which are the sectors which are moving well and which sectors are performing not that good. So in order for me to make a trade, I always start with the macro analysis, want to know what's happening, what are the US indices doing, what are the sectors doing, and after that I'm going deeper and trying to find some stocks with some good fundamentals and growth potential, and then after this I'm trying to look for an entry. Of course, about NIO, some of you might already know, I really don't like to trade a lot Chinese companies because I don't feel very well with those. I find them a little bit sketchy. I have seen just a lot of things which I don't like about them, but this does not mean anything. They still have some potential, and a lot of those companies make huge moves and can move high. So very important, like I mentioned here, guys, keep on watch those support levels here. If we are able to hold this 3260 or 3250 area and this exponential moving average here, then we might see some kind of a bounce, but it all depends also on the tech sector and EV sector. What is the whole EV sector doing? What is Tesla doing? What is happening there? And after that, if we see some kind of a nice consolidation or nice green candles here, then we might start looking for some long setups. If this does not happen and the stock continues lower, then I personally do not like to short. That's why I'm not going to touch this stock on the short side, but I am going to continue watching that. Another interesting thing to pay attention to, guys, here, besides those EMAs, is the RSI. By the way, I use, guys, the 9, 20, 50 and 200 exponential moving averages, and I use also here this RSI indicator. I want to mention, I don't use those indicators to make a trade. I use them only as a guide. I want to see where is the stock currently trading, what is happening, and I might use it as a guide, but not as a signal to enter a stock. So like I mentioned before, if we scroll back, we see that NIO has a very long time above this RSI, which is the 70, which is the overbought RSI. So this is for a long period of time, it's been here overbought, pulled back a little bit. It continues to stay overbought for many months. And finally, we're at this point where this stock made it to touch this lower RSI, which means that the stock is oversold at the moment, which is of course in our case a very good thing to watch. So if you are looking for some growth stocks or any kind of stable stocks and you see them pulling back into some support and resistance areas like 200 EMA, oversold RSI, this is always something to pay attention to, because if those are very good fundamental stocks, normally they will come back, they bounce, and normally you have a great risk reward opportunity there where you're risking small amount of money, like let's say $5 per share, in order to make, let's say, $50 per share. So pay attention to those things, guys, and I hope this video helped you a little bit to understand more what levels you should watch, what are important support and resistance levels, and also how can you use those indicators in your favor and for your trading. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask me. I would like to say hello to you in my chat room. Other than that, stay safe, trade well, bye bye.